All right. Hey, I see you, Kings. What's up, King? Hey, King. All right. All right, I'm faking like I got energy, guys. I have no energy whatsoever. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to front. I have no energy. I did not get any sleep last night. So it's a double-edged sword, right? When you finally get your hold on, should I? Okay. When you finally get your sleep in check, okay? Because you know, after going to Japan and coming back, I've been trying to get my sleep right. You finally get it right. You cannot. I mean, you cannot start going to sleep later, okay? Because your what is it called? Inner clock? I don't know what it's called. I went to sleep way too late, y'all. Like 3:30, 4 in the morning. Woke up at like 8, and I couldn't go back to sleep. And I'm like, oh my god, I feel miserable, but I can't sleep. You can't do it. You can't do it. James Vincent Dean, dude, when is your movie coming out? I'm getting impatient with you. All right, that was that like a year ago, 2 years ago? It might have been 2 years now. This fall? Okay, finally. I've been waiting for your movie for the longest, man. Sneak peek was at Comic-Con? Shut up. Wait, would it be copyrighted if I tried to watch? Or it's not. It's probably not online, is it? It'll be copyrighted. They'll copyright. You don't have control over that, do you? I couldn't watch it. You're in the movie. That's horrible. They should have allowed you to watch it. I wasn't there. They should have sent you. Well, I guess they would be afraid that you'll put it out. Okay. Well, you remind us in the fall, okay? Wait. What is it going to be on? I'll be there for premiere. Okay. What is it going to be on this fall? Is it going? It's not going to theaters, is it? I thought it was going to streaming. If this is what I'm well, no, even if it did, it wouldn't matter. I was going to say we could do a watch party. Oh, it's going in theaters? Is it a wide release or you don't know? I mean, I know I have a small audience, but I definitely would want people to go see it to support you. The Canes Fest. Oh, if it does well there, then it might get a wide release, right? That's where movies, if they do well, they get like a lot of recognition. Oh, okay. So I might have to just wait then. I won't see it this fall then, right? Like I'll have to wait. That's interesting. No, yeah, this fall. No, you're saying it's going to the fest this everywhere it should be? Oh, it should be everywhere this fall. Okay. I thought it had to do well at a festival first before it gets wide release. I thought that's how it worked. Because every single time like a good movie gets like released worldwide, not worldwide, but in multitude of theaters, like they always advertise it was at this festival. Okay. All right. Yeah, when it's out, you let us know. I'm gonna tell people to go see it. I'm gonna confuse everyone in the theater. I'm just gonna cheer when you're on the screen. Like a proud mother. That's my baby. What's up, fellow Spurs fans? What's up, Bear Claw? What's up? Circadian Rhythm. What? What's up, Alex? Papa Clan. What's up, Surge? So really random. So as you guys know, I bring this up every single stream, but I'll be going to Japan, right? And one thing that I'm worried about, you know, this is some real stuff, right? I'm afraid of being completely lonely when I get there, because obviously being a foreigner and more than likely being placed initially in a rural area, I'm not going to have friends, right? Japan's fun. Yeah. And I have a friend that lives there now, but she's going to be gone by the time I get there. So like, I'm like terrified of that. So what I've been doing is going on different apps, trying to make friends or whatnot. There's one called Slowly, and it's kind of cool. Like it's like it's kind of like a pen pal app, right? Where like you send messages, and it's pretty reputable. So you send messages, and then, you know, it's like you're sending a letter, so it takes a while to get back to you depending on where they live in the world, right? So it's like a genuine pen pal. So when you put stuff in a letter, you want to put a lot of effort into it, and, you know, answer every single thing that they had to say or respond to every single thing that you have to say, because you are only going to hear from them every few days. It's kind of cool. There's a couple people on there that's been really nice, but there's one person in particular. It's weird, man. Oh, that's pretty cool. No, it is cool. It is cool. Like, there's a couple people that I genuinely like, because I'm somebody that's really open. I do not care. Okay, I'm gonna be friend. Like my default, and I think everyone should be like this. Okay, my default mode is that I trust you until I give a reason not to. Right? Like my default mode is everybody's a good person until you prove me otherwise. Right? So my default mode is I'll be your friend until it's something that's just weird. Right? So like. I'm an open book. I'm not gonna sit here and like play too cool for anything. If my weirdness is too much for somebody, or like my enthusiasm when it comes to nerdy stuff is too much and you don't like it, we weren't gonna be friends anyway. So I try to put like as much into like some of these messages that I send, right? Like I genuinely is like I'm like, okay, these qualities that you have, really cool. I'll be your friend. Let's hang out when I'm actually there. I do not care. It'll be like the fourth message and I'll say that. I don't care. One person in particular, it's weird, okay? And the reason why it's weird is because they send me very long messages, which is fine, right? That's the point of it. But the grammar is perfect. And the language that they use feels very AI-y. And what it makes me think that they're doing is using, and I don't know, like I'm trying not to have like a cynical view of it, but you guys just like tell me what you think of this, okay? Everything is perfect grammar. All right, if you go to chat, I mean, I do the same thing sometimes, right? You go to ChatGPT, you type in what you want to type, and you say, hey, just correct my punctuation or whatever, right? But everything is perfect, like a little too perfect. They go into deep descriptions of things, but what's been making me pretty skeptical is every single thing that I mentioned that I'm into, they know all this knowledge about it. And I find that strange. Like when I asked, like they were like, oh yeah, I love hip hop, right? And I was like, oh, okay, what are like some of your like favorite hip hop artists, right? It's like, what are your favorite? And it's like very obscure artists I never heard of. Okay, sure. But then I'm like, okay, you guys know I love Eminem, right? And any Eminem song that I mention, they know it. And they have something to say about it. Or it was moved, like they were moved emotionally. It makes me feel like you're giving AI prompts. And it doesn't feel genuine. You know what I mean? And I wouldn't be this skeptical if I didn't go, because everyone has like a small little profile that you can put some in your bio. Their profile, the grammar is really bad, like really bad, and it makes me feel weird. It makes me think, and this is a cynical part of it. It makes me think you're on here to get close to people, and then maybe in the future, you know, it's the long game, right? And maybe in the future you'll ask for something, right? Like that's the cynical part. And then the other part of it is kind of sad, where I'm like, you don't feel comfortable enough or confident enough in your own like self to just be authentic and make mistakes throughout the letter, and like that's the sad part. And then the other part that's even sadder is that, it's not just punctuation. You genuinely don't think you can connect. Like, this is the only way you think that you can genuinely connect with somebody if you give AI prompts. Because I just feel like it's AI prompts, y'all. This is not because I've been trying to ask like little questions here and there, just to see like, am I going to get a human response, right? Like I even asked, I was like, are you a poet? And then it's like a whole description of, yes, I'm a poet. And it's like, I don't know. This is just, I don't know, man. And I don't know how to go about asking this. I know I shouldn't like ask to chat this, but like, how would some of you guys respond to that? Like, I don't know if I should just. It's some AI like responses, and I don't know how to go about it because I don't want to hurt the person's feelings if it genuinely is, I'm using it to try to connect or work, fix my punctuation and grammar and stuff. I don't know. It's weird. I just don't know. I don't feel like I'm connecting with a person. For a minute I did, and then I was like, I don't know. They might be using AI to talk to you because they know they have bad grammar. But that's like, it's like too perfect, y'all. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I wish I could just give you a, let me see. Because I've talked to a couple other people on here and it's not like that. But this person, where is it? They sent me something yesterday. And they send back so fast too. Yeah, even in their description, they spelled joined in 2020. Wait a minute, I just realized something. I don't know. I don't know how to respond to this. Yeah, in a year I am moving to Japan. Do you think it's a bot? No, I think it's a person giving AI prompts. You understand? Like, because you could probably take, what you could do is you could take something that I sent, copy it and paste it in like ChatGPT, and then tell ChatGPT to respond to it in a genuine way. Name off some things that I'm interested. Like you could do that. Be charming or whatever, and then the response could just be responding to all of it. The messaging back is very quick. So what are you saying is when you talk to this person, they don't seem real, right? I tell you this, talk with him with a little swang and see what they say and take it from there. Like a little bit of slang, yeah. It's a woman. I know that doesn't matter. I don't know. It's just when she messaged, it's just, I don't know, man. It was so bad till I copied one of their messages and I put, this is kind of funny. This is ironic. I put it in ChatGPT to ask it if it felt like AI. And then the ChatGPT was like, yeah, this seems like AI. And they gave all the reasons why. They're like, yeah, this seems like AI. And I'm like, I know I'm not crazy. There's a disconnect. You know what I mean? Yeah, even AI is like, this is AI. Yeah, I don't know, man. Not sure if you heard, a portion of the population is going to their F foreigners thing. A lot of tourists have been acting up since they opened up since COVID, and they are getting tired of it. Yeah, I know. I've been talking to people that's in Japan about that. Like, I know, one thing I didn't know? I just found this out today. So, like, we all know that Americans are considered bad tourists, right? Like, for many reasons. Like, sometimes we're a little, I haven't done this, but it's a lot of like me, right? Not necessarily respecting other cultures at times, and just, just doing things how you do in your home country, no matter what. Not actually respecting the culture that you're in, or at least not trying to understand it or adapt to it. So Americans are pretty bad with that, right? Very selfish isn't the word I'm looking for, but you know what I'm saying. I didn't know Chinese people are considered bad tourists. I don't know much about China, right? I mean, I know a little bit about China. Like, politically, I know about China. And I know that they didn't really open themselves up to the world till like the 70s, right? Like, I know things like that, but I wasn't aware of how bad Chinese tourists can be. I was watching some videos on that. I was like, what is this? Like, it's crazy. I didn't know about this. I can't believe you're moving. I've been watching you for years. It doesn't change anything. I'll still be live streaming. Congratulations. Thanks, man. Yeah, I don't know how long I'll be there. What's that? I missed the beginning of this, but what are you talking to this someone about? What are they potentially offering? They're not offering me anything. We've been talking about like anime, music, but their responses just don't feel like a genuine person. And it's like every single thing I mention, they know something about it. And I don't think that's normal. Just realized I just got another message. This was on Friday. The app is Slowly. The app is called Slowly. Yeah, it's a pen pal app. It's a nice app, you know. And I don't feel like this person's like scamming me right off the back or anything. I'm just wondering if, like, after some time, like, do they want you to get close to them? Like, I don't know. That's the cynical part of it. Have you mentioned anything that you haven't discussed on stream? Have you mentioned anything that you haven't discussed on stream? To them? Wait, I don't know what you mean. Have you mentioned any... Am I missing something? Have you mentioned anything that you haven't discussed on stream? How long are you going to be there? Or is it a permanent move? You can't become a citizen of Japan unless you get rid of your own citizenship and learn full-on Japanese, which would take... It's going to take a long time. Like, I'm in the basic level right now. It's going to take a very long time. So more than likely, it's not permanent, right? My goal is for it to be 3 years. That's my goal, 3 to 4 years. And then from there, I'll decide what I'm going to do. But I don't think it'll be permanent. Could it be? Possibly. I would just be on a visa forever. So which Japan team are you supporting now? None. Sorry, I was just thinking that might be a reason for them knowing all of that, what you're talking about. No. The stuff I'm mentioning, no. It's like very specific. Like, okay, here's an example. Like, I never really brought this up. Maybe one stream years ago. Maybe. At one small segment and 10 people were in here. Maybe. Like, I mentioned how because I think I asked something like, you know, what song, because me trying to figure out if this is a real person, what song has moved you or something like that. They asked me what song has moved me before, and I said, like, Eminem's Beautiful is a song that made me cry. And they just knew everything about Eminem Beautiful. Like, and their response just felt like an AI response. You know what I mean? Hope that makes sense. Well, I'm excited for you, man. Just come to a Spurs game before you go and do a meet and greet here in San Antonio. I am going to make sure I hang out with fam over the next year. I've been talking to Swish Hill about possibly taking a trip to San Antonio and seeing a game before I leave. Just kind of got to see where my money at. But I would definitely want to do that. Maybe they're really polite and want to make their pen pal happy by acting like they can relate. Yeah, that's the sad part, right? Like that's where I'm like, there's a cynical part, and then there's a part of me just feels kind of sad. Like, that's sad, man. And it makes me feel like I'm feeding into it because I am giving enthusiastic responses. So it's like this cycle of, you know, I'm faking who I am, and, you know, this person's responding to it. Clan, we can't stay healthy. That's the problem. What? The fact that they respond quickly would suggest as being a LLM. What's a LLM? LLM. What's a LLM? Oh, artificial and wait, what does it stand for? A large language model, LLM, is a type of artificial intelligence AI that is trained on massive amounts of text data to understand, generate, and manipulate human language. Oh my goodness. Large language model? Yeah, because I mean, when I respond, I want some time to respond, right? Like, I'm like, okay, I haven't been on this app for a minute. Let me go on here and I'm going to sit here and respond. But I'll send something, and as soon as they can send something back, it's sent back, right? Like, there's a little delay on the app, like a couple days, but like as soon as they're done, like, it's there. And it's a long message too. Yeah, it feels weird. The scam text? Have you played Elden Ring? Nah, I never played Elden Ring. I'm not. I tried to get into those games that are a little bit more difficult to play, and I guess I don't know if I don't have the patience for it, or I just don't want to like put in as much time as it would take to get great at them, right? Like, I never finished Demon Souls. I never finished Wukong. Like, I got nowhere in that game. I never finished Returnal. Like, I maybe those games just aren't for me. But it's funny because I feel like I could play like a Ninja Gaiden 2, because that game was really difficult, but it was genuinely fun. I don't know. Anyway, you got a lot of support here in San Antonio, man. Do you think Sochan is going to get extended? Yeah, I don't see why not. Here, we'll talk about the Sochan thing. Where is it? Let's see what happened. Dude, I got the weirdest response ever, bro. Look at this response. Twitter's a weird place. What a weird response. All right. Strangest response ever. All right. So no disrespect to this person, but this has to be one of the weirdest responses I have ever gotten in my entire life. Okay. So as you guys know, Jeremy Sochan. he will not continue basketball, right? So apparently, we don't know all the details yet, unless, chat heard something and, live while I'm live streaming, but we haven't heard anything. But apparently there has been a calf injury, and San Antonio have talked to him, coaches have talked to him, and they think that the best response to this is for him to go back to San Antonio and just like work through it, right? And, it was the same thing with Wembanyama, right? Like, I mean, it was different injuries, obviously, but they're like, hey, you need to come home. You need to come to San Antonio. We need to work through, this injury that you have, or, what you're dealing with, and get ready for the season. And apparently the news on the street is that he should be good by training camp. So it's nothing that like scares me or anything. Honestly, if anything, it probably, this is messed up to say, because maybe it doesn't. But it might help the Spurs side of things when it comes to an extension, because I have no doubt in my mind that Jeremy Sochan is going to get an extension. Just a matter of what that money would look like. I don't know. But he's definitely deserving of that, and I think that he brings a lot to the team. But maybe they'll be able to, spend a little less money than they wanted. But I don't know. They probably won't do that. But anyways, so one of my responses here was just a normal response, right? And me just being cheeky, just being a little silly. I said, basketball gods are not letting Sochan or Wemby play Euro basketball. Obviously there are no basketball gods, right? I'm just joking around. And I just saw the strangest response. Yeah, this one, a very sad moment. Yet while we are at it, people should stop propagating the basketball gods nonsense. I know all sorts of folks use this phrase, and you just happen to use it now. But what is that even supposed to mean? When one thinks about it, it doesn't make sense. What? It's a calf strain? Oh, okay. He'll be all right. But like, what? What's wrong with using basketball gods? Like, it's just a silly thing that you say. Like, when something kind of like weird happened in basketball, then you just say, it's something you don't have control over. You just say, oh, it's the basketball guys. You just make a joke. It's Redditor. Yeah. It feels right. It feels like a Reddit. It feels like a subreddit right now. Yeah, it feels like a Redditor. Actually, clan. Come on. You just do this with everything? Like anything that someone says that you're like, well, there aren't basketball gods. So what are we actually saying here? We need to stop saying that. Why? It's not that serious. That AI response. It's just strange, man. Twitter's a weird place. It's the worst place. It's the worst place, but a fun place. That's the problem with Blue Sky, right? Like, I like Blue Sky a lot. I do. I like Blue Sky a lot. But I think it's too gatekeepy. And I think that you can't have like genuine change when you're too gatekeepy. I think they're too gatekeepy, right? And this is what kind of makes Twitter fun a little bit. Like, some things shouldn't be allowed. Like, people shouldn't just be able to just say the N word and say the F slur and just say whatever on them. Just Nazi propaganda. I mean, that's what they do on Twitter now, which is insane, right? You shouldn't be able to do that, but you should still be able to have some like pretty awful people on the site, because it does make it makes it a little funny, like just to dunk on them a little bit. But yeah, that right there, man. I'm not saying this person's a bad person. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's some weird people. That's a weird response, man. That is a strange response if I ever seen one. But yeah, so Blue Sky is cool, but even though Twitter's worse, it's better, if that makes sense. Weird. Anyways, here's a few other things. Let's see. So Brian Wright responded to the Sochan's injury. So he said, Jeremy received professional help in Poland. Cooperation with the Polish national team staff and management has always been excellent. However, in this situation, the best option for Jeremy is to return to San Antonio. Let me see. There's another one. Jeremy received, this is Brian Wright again. Jeremy received professional help in Poland. Cooperation with the Polish. Oh, wait, this is the same thing. Then why did Jeff G Spurs Zone just reposted this and then he reposted it and then just copied and pasted? What a weird thing to see. This is what I'm saying. Twitter's weird, man. It's fun. I don't know. Anyways, last thing I saw of Sochan. Let's see if I can show you. Let's see. What was the last thing we saw of Sochan? I saw Sochan getting some shots off. Let's see here. Where are you, Sochan? I'm scrolling through right now. His jump shot still looks great. We were going to go over it, but, I mean, what's the point, you know? All right, here we go. So this is Sochan. This is the last thing I saw of Sochan getting some shots off. He looks so much better, y'all. Like, this looks so much better, right? So much better. And just like guys before him, you'll always have a spot on the team if you can play defense and you can shoot threes. There's so many things to his game that I absolutely love, right? He has elite defense. He has very good cutting ability, high basketball IQ player, pretty decent connector. Good handles for his size, especially compared to peers. So there's a lot to his game that I really like. And shooting is one where we all have said, yeah, he's going to have to improve that. And I thought that he improved that significantly so since college. But this right here is a whole nother beast, right? This looks really good. Genuinely really good. And I know that a lot, I know we did a segment on this before, but a lot of people will say like, well, Ben Simmons, he shows video in the offseason. There's a difference. And we even looked at some Ben Simmons footage so I could give you a comparison. But Ben Simmons footage is always like edited it. It's not really intentional as far as what are you working on here. It just looks like you're just kind of shooting around. And also his form is just always awful. But this right here, night and day. Like, I would highly encourage you to go look at some college tape of Sochan and then go to this video and you'll see how good this looks, right? Quicker release, high release point. This just looks really good. All right. I think that he'll have much better shooting this season. So, yeah, as far as where I'm at right now, like, hey, we've had some injuries. This isn't something that I'm going to stress out about. Like, okay, it's calf strain, whatever. Sure, it'll be fine. Wimby, blood clot, we were really worried about that. But they're, from what we heard, things are going pretty swell, right? Fox, we might have been worried about the pinky a little bit. Spurs aren't, just gave him an extension. So I'm not worried about anything. I think that we'll be okay. Spurs will figure it out. I'm just really excited for this season because on paper, guys, this should be not only a playoff team, but if they can get it together, let's say by February, right? And they're looking like really good and looking like a cohesive unit by playoff time. This could be a team that make a little bit of a run, just from talent alone, man. Defense alone, actually, I probably should say that. Defense alone, they should be able to. But yeah, who kidnapped Sochan? Who is this imposter? Yeah, and I think another thing too, and I'm not a professional. You guys know this. I'm not a professional. I never claimed to be. But with his shooting, and this is how I've just felt this entire time since he's been with us, I don't freak out about certain things that we see, that might look a little funky, right? Like with him shooting one-handed free throws. We got the explanation of it. We watch, some shooting coaches talk about it. And yeah, it's just something so you can work on your form, right? And when it came to the hitch, a lot of Spurs fans freaked out about it. And I just felt like it was a process, right? Like, yeah, he wasn't fully comfortable in that. But I think it was a process of, hey, get used to maybe putting a little bit more arc on your shot. I have no idea, but I just knowing how the Spurs do things, they're a step-by-step organization. And yeah, we weren't going to see, especially how broken. See, this is the thing too. His shot was broken. How broken his shot was initially, like through college. He was a really bad shooter. It's going to take some steps for him, right? Where other guys like Dylan Harper, for instance, it's not going to take that much tweaking, right? Like he has a good jump shot. He has some good form. I think even with Castle, it takes some time, but I think that they'll be able to get him where they need him to be in not too long. But Sochan, it needed significant work. So I just wasn't freaking out about like the hitch. I was like, that won't be there forever. It's probably a reason for doing it. So yeah, if it's unorthodox, it's usually in Sochan's favor. True. Yeah, I wouldn't care if he was shooting 3-pointers with his left hand. Like, I wouldn't care. But anyways, so yeah, good stuff. Chat, I don't know if you heard about this kid, but Spurs drafted this guy, and he's actually pretty great. And he had a little press conference here that we didn't get a chance to look at when it happened, so I wanted to react to it now. Carter Bryant, what do you have to say say for yourself, my boy? I have no idea what this is about. I just had it saved. Let's listen. Hold on, I probably need it. I don't want to blow out your eardrums. Let's turn it down a little bit.
Try to treat every game as I did the last. Game is more important than another. If you start getting up and down, it's going to be hard for you to wake up and play games when you're playing against teams that aren't that good. You know what I mean? So I just try to keep a level head, try to keep it even.
Wait, I missed that part. What?
And play games when you're playing. Game is more important than another. If you start getting up and down, it's going to be hard for you to wake up and play games when you're playing against teams that aren't that good. You know what I mean? So I just try to keep a level head, try to keep an even mentality towards everything. But it comes to hell of a player. You want to compete against the best in the world. So him being the number one draft pick is definitely just an opportunity to measure up and compete.
Okay, something you said that I really like. So
these process driven rather than result based, because result driven. A lot of the times, you get stops. A lot of guys get hyped. They get really high in the game, and then it gets quiet when guys start getting buckets, and that's what's going to happen in this league. We're playing against the best players in the world, like I said. So you don't have times wouldn't it be cool to finish with 32, 33, something like that? I just put my head down and just try to get after it every play. Guys are going to make tough shots, good players are going to score the basketball. So it's their job to do what they can on the offensive end, and my job to do what I can on the defensive.
When did you develop that mentality to be more of a process-driven guy?
I'm really digging this, guys. I'm genuinely digging this.
It's just been something my family has said, and I feel like I've landed in the perfect place in San Antonio, because that was one of the first things they said to me during my interview. It was they asked me a question. They were like, "Are you more process-driven or result-driven?" And I was like,
Are you more professionally driven or skill-driven? Hold on.
It was they asked me a question. They were like, "Are you more process-driven or result-driven?" And I was like, I've always been process-driven. I've never been the best.
What driven? Chat, what is he saying? Have you ever been what?
Place in San Antonio, because that was one of the first things they said to me during my interview. It was they asked me a question. They were like, "Are you more process-driven or result-driven?" And I was like, I've always been process-driven. I've never been the best player in the country.
I don't know.
Been the best at absolutely anything in my game. So I think for me, just being able to compete, not focus on the result and focus on the process, you're going to look back and enjoy your career much more than you would have if you're damn, I only made 2 shots. I think I shot over 7 today.
Positive drip? No, he didn't say that.
Who cares?
It's okay. We understand the sentiment.
I got another one on Tuesday. I get to go and compete, so I'm just grateful to compete. This shot's going to fall. This shot's not going to fire. At the end of the day, I've been doing the same. I've been shooting basketball the same.
Process driven? He always been ball driven?
Exact way since I've been 4 or 5 years old. It's going to fall. I believe that I'm going to be one of the best shooters in this league. Over 7 performance. I need that shot. I don't for 6 at the last game. That's not going to define what I am as a basketball player. So being able to have other D's to fall back on, be able to affect the game positively outside making shots and scoring the basketball, it's just my main focus.
Okay, I should yell at you. I should yell at all of chat, okay? This right here, what you just heard, this right here is the difference between, I don't know how I just clicked out of that. This is the difference between a few years ago with players on the team and now, right? Everybody and their mama wanted to hang on to every player that we had that just weren't that great. These players that aren't lottery picks. I love Derek White, right? He was my favorite player since Manu Ginobili. If he plays for the San Antonio Spurs again in the future, so be it. But when he got traded, I was upset, obviously. I did my whole, like, Dear Derek song. But I told you guys, I get it. I understand. I'm content with it. By the way, that was really cool because Derek White actually responded to it, and his dad likes it because he posts that video every year. It's really nice. But you know, I was okay with it. I understood. You need to go, right? Like, and I've been like that with that entire team. They're just not good enough, right? And one thing about it as well, and this is a difference, is this guy right here is confident. Okay, since Sochan, we've gotten nonstop confident players. None of these players feel as if they don't belong where they are, right? You're not gonna have to bring that out of them. And this is the difference between guys that go late in the first round, in the second round, or undrafted, and guys that are lottery picks, right? So this is a lot of confidence. Now, one thing that he said that I really like is at the beginning, he basically said, you got to go out there and you got to play hard regardless of who you're playing, even if it's a bad team. Now, I might be looking too hard into this, okay? Maybe too much into this. But the reason why I like that wording, where him saying we have to play hard against a bad team, in a way, he's very confident. Maybe he's kind of insinuating that he's not going to be on a bad team. Maybe I'm looking too into it, but I really like that. Now, the reason why I like that is because even though he wasn't here with Chris Paul, that's kind of something that Chris Paul was pushing towards the players, right? He said this, Wembanyama repeated it. I think another player might have repeated it. But what he basically said was, when you go into these games, you need to expect to win. You're supposed to be here. You're supposed to win, right? Like, in other words, that is base. Base level is you're supposed to win. How you do it, that's the process. That's some other things that you need to put into it. But when you go into this arena, you're supposed to win. Don't come in like, oh, we're the underdogs. Oh, we're the young team. Oh, we're this. He's like, no, you go in, you're supposed to win, right? And that's the expectation that the San Antonio Spurs, when we had our big three, every single game I watched, I expected us to win. No matter, even when we had injuries and we were going against some of the best teams in the world, I still expected the Spurs to win, right? Because that was the prerequisite for being a San Antonio Spur. And this right here, even though he hasn't learned from Chris Paul, he hasn't been around the San Antonio Spurs, he won't even have Popovich, he has that same mentality where it's like, I got to play hard, even if the team I'm playing is trash. So that's not you, right? You're not trash. You're a good team. I just supposed to win. I supposed to beat them regardless. I like that. I like that separation. I like that separation between him and a bad young team. He's like, no. We are not the same, okay? Not like us. Not like us. I like that. I like that. I think that it speaks to the confidence that he has. I think it speaks to the swagger that the Spurs are going to be getting. And I think didn't Dylan Harper come out, y'all, and say he expect the playoffs or something like that? He was like, yeah, we'll make the playoffs. I think he said that. Hold on. Yeah. Oh, shout out to AI. Dylan Harper, the second overall pick for San Antonio Spurs, is confident the team will return to the playoffs after a 6-year drought, stating that's going to change real quick. He expressed this belief as introductory press conference, emphasizing the excitement surrounding the team's young core and the sky's the limit potential. Harper also highlighted the Spurs' unique family atmosphere and dedication to the team. Yeah, so he like literally came out and was like, "Oh yeah, we're going to make the playoffs." Like that's like Yeah, so we're getting a lot of winners, people that have high expectations. Wemby has high expectations. De'Aaron Fox has high expectations. Dylan Harper has high expectations. Steph Castle is far ahead than where he probably should be, right? He has high expectations. And obviously Carter Bryant is as confident as it gets. Obviously Sochan, he's a winner. He has, some confidence. There's some high expectations. Not on the fans, but I mean, yeah, we have some expectations, but not necessarily on the fan side, but much better. We have high expectations for themselves. So, yeah. High expectations if they have high skill too. That's the thing. They're so talented as well. Like that's why my expectations are much higher. Like this past season, I told you guys time and time again that I didn't expect the playoffs. Like at one point I was thinking play in, but for the most part I was like, guys, I don't think this is a playoff team. Like I don't think we make the playoffs. Now, after the All-Star break, I thought we got a shot after getting De'Aaron Fox and, Wembanyama coming off of All-Star break. But when he got diagnosed with his style, I was like, yeah, it's a wrap. Right. But now this season, there is no excuse. You had another lottery selection. You made some really great changes this offseason. You basically did every single thing that we needed them to do. You added a shooter in oh God, what's his name, guys? Lively? Lindy Walters the second. Lindy Walters. Okay. You added a shooter, which he probably won't get a lot of playing time, let's be honest. But you did add a little bit of depth as far as shooting. You added Kelly Olynyk. You needed a backup power forward to Sochan. You grabbed that, and you grabbed another big man in Cornette, Lindy Walters. There we go. And you grabbed another big man to Wembanyama when he said, and a defensive big man at that. And then you added two really good players, some more defense. I mean, this should be a playoff team. It's just a matter of can our boy Mitch Johnson get it together. So yeah. By the way, somebody kind of got on my nerves. I saw someone in the chat. Oh, was it a chat or a comment? I don't know. And they were like, "You need to pronounce Mitch Johnson's name correctly. You keep saying Mitch Johnson." And he's like, I'm like, you know what? Shut your mouth. I'll pronounce it how I want to pronounce it. Shut up. But yeah, David Jones Garcia too. He's our Jonathan Simmons 2.0. Okay, you guys want a hot take? Here's my hot take, okay? Jonathan Simmons was not that good. That's my hot take. I hate to break it to you. Jonathan Simmons wasn't that good. He was an exciting player that played with some energy, but he wasn't that good. He couldn't shoot, didn't have great basketball IQ. Defense was okay. But yeah, he was fun to watch. That's all it is. He was fun to watch, and he got maybe the best Spurs dunk. It's kind of weird. It's like he has the best dunk. One of the most impressive. I'll say he has probably the most impressive dunk in Spurs history. It's not the best. It can't be the best, right? You guys know which one I'm talking about, right? How dare you? It's just the truth. There was people saying I would trade Sochan for Jonathan Simmons. I'm like, you're crazy. You're crazy. But that dunk he had against the Trailblazers, you guys remember what I'm talking about? Where he cocked it back. That was freaky. I was like, what the heck? We lost that game, by the way. But I was like, oh my God, that was crazy. I remember when I saw that live. So it was probably the most impressive, but it's obviously not the best. I think the best dunk ever. Yeah, exactly. Manu dunk is, yeah. Manu's dunk on Bosch, because contextually, that moment, what led up to it, because they were really trying to bully Manu. Shane Battier was beating up Manu or whatever. Manu was like, all right, bet. They released a demon. Yeah, that was awesome. That's probably the best dunk in Spurs history. Even the McGee dunk. Oh, yeah, that was nasty. He was super athletic. Yeah, he was just fun. I think that it's a vibe, bro. Everything's a vibe. The reason why Spurs fans love Jonathan Simmons so much is because we were winning. So you associate that with like good feelings, right? You feel good about that time period. And then you remember a lot of dunks. That's it. I swear to God, like people will swear up and down that we wouldn't have won a championship without like Corey Joseph. And Corey Joseph was important, right? I think he was a really good bench guy. I think he was a good teammate. Obviously, his dunk going at Ibaka was a good example of, hey, stop playing so scared around him. Those things were important, but man, Spurs fans will just swear up and down like we had some of the greatest players ever. Like, I still argue with people about Tiago Splitter. Like, Tiago Splitter was good, but he was pretty good, but like, man, Spurs fans act like he was like one of the best centers, power forwards we ever had in our life. And it's like, no. If Tiago Splitter was on this team, you would hate him. Just the truth. It's just that time period. He was important for what we needed, and he got the job done. But yeah. Every cog was important. We were a machine. That's what it is. Every cog was important. But you separate them from that time and you put them on this team. Come on. Jonathan Simmons and this team. Look, come on. He's not making a difference. Screw Jay Simmons. We need another Diao. I do love Diao. No, for sure, the Manu dunk on Bosch is the best dunk in Spurs history. Easily. That moment was just too big. It's really sad, man, that like, I guess it's just a reality situation. Like, so we have some memories because really early, oh gosh, I'm about to sound like Unk. Really young Spurs fans just not gonna understand like how impactful certain things were, and even if you go back and you watch some of the clips, it's just not the same, right? That's why so many people will watch like like Michael Jordan highlights, and they're just like, anyone could do that today, right? Without the context of what was going on during that game, or just how he was just destroying a team at the time. And it's going to be the same thing with us, right? Like, we have these memories, and you're going to see like some cool Manu Ginobili plays, but they're not going to understand like how big it was. I guess luckily for Manu, he was like so flashy till like anybody could probably watch some old highlights and be like, whoa, he was incredible. But like, especially someone like Tim Duncan, nah, he won't. Basketball heads, he'll get the credit. Spurs fans, he'll get the credit. But like young fans just in general, nah, they're not gonna get it. They're not gonna get it. Luckily for Tim Duncan, though, his numbers are really on his side. Manu Ginobili numbers aren't on his side. You see Wemby do a reverse windmill during warm-ups. Wemby does some crazy stuff during warm-ups. All right, I feel like we have one more thing we should go over. We've been on for an hour. Oh, here's something. Wait, did we go over this already? Oh, wait. I think we went over that already. It was something else then. Where is it? Oh, it was this. I found it. Give me a second. Probably need to. Where's that clip we just looked at? Come on. Don't be stupid. All right, cool.
No, I just tried.
All right. So yeah, this is something I meant to go over that I didn't get a chance to. So this is from a podcast called The Big Number. So I haven't listened to it, but I did see some people talking about it. So I guess they're sponsored by Yahoo Sports, and they talked a little bit about the De'Aaron Fox extension. And, you know, I already gave you guys my thoughts on the extension, right? I'm not somebody that's going to, like, lose my mind over a player getting a substantial amount of money. Like, all right, do they deserve it? Compared to what the owners make, yeah. I mean, players probably should make more than what they make, right? Just like if you're comparing, you know, and what they bring and everything. So, yeah. Entertainment industry, yeah, I get it. But I'm just not someone that's like super excited about the Spurs spending a ton of money, right? But I'm also someone that's not silly. I understand that Fox market value, I do believe he's worth that money. He's worth that extension. They already promised him that extension and that max. You're getting him throughout the best years. You're about to get the best years of him in his career. And if you've seen the best De'Aaron Fox thus far, he is worth it. He is one of the top point guards in the NBA when he is at the top of his game. And he literally just had a season, even with a pinky issue, just had a season where he made franchise history with the Kings with his 60-point game. He had like a 49-point game, and then he had a 60-point game like right after. Like he was really good, and he is really good. So, nope, I'm not worried. You know, as far as the extent, I'm not crazy about it, but apparently these guys kind of talk about the extension, their thoughts on it, and how it actually works out pretty well, right? So let's see.
I figured out last year is like when you got Victor Wembanyama, top 5, top 10 player in the NBA who's getting paid less than the mid-level exception, you have basically all of this cap space to play with before that second contract kicks in. So next year, Victor Wembanyama is going to be making like $12 million, and the production that he's giving you is like a $70 million player. So
you're going to be looking at like 70 million, those two? Wait, 60 something million? I wanted to answer this before I missed it. If you got to choose, would you take Trey or Fox? I think De'Aaron Fox fits our team a little bit better. In the previous live stream or a couple live streams ago, I said that like Trae Young might be better than Fox. I take that back. I had to think about it. I'm like, nah. When Fox is getting, because Fox is obviously a far superior defender than Trae Young. Yeah, I would take Fox. I think you're talking about Trae Young.
There's all of this economic rent.
Yeah, Trey is a better lob thrower.
Or economic value that the Spurs are like, all right, when we got a player who's overplaying or overachieving his contract by $67 million, where do we go get that? Where do we go get a player to kind of fill in that cap room? And they found De'Aaron Fox, and he's going to make, $50 million next season when his extension kicks in. But if you combine the salary with Victor Wembanyama, it's going to be $67 million, which is something that alone is what some players are going to be making alone. One player is going to be making next season. So if you look at it from that perspective,
well, Wemby's about to make more, but I get what he's saying.
The first year of De'Aaron Fox extension, not this upcoming year, but the following season, they're going to be making $66 million combined. Jimmy Butler and Moses Moody in Golden State, $69 million combined. Anthony Davis and Caleb Martin, $68 million combined. Zach LaVine and Domantas Sabonis are going to be making $95 million combined.
Oh my God. And by the way, I did mention this, people that say like, he's not worth this, he's not worth that. I think you're going to change your tune. I don't have to sit here and convince you. But if you go and you look at other players around the league and you see what they're making and how much value they bring, that's the main thing. And I also would say this, I wouldn't focus too much about the number. Okay. So like a lot of Spurs fans focus in on the number. I would more so focus in on the percentage of the cap that they're taking up, right? Don't focus too much on money. I saw somebody try to compare like, was it De'Aaron Fox or was it another? No, it was Devin Vassell. They tried to compare Devin Vassell and what he's making to Manu Ginobili. And it's like completely different time, completely different circumstance. Don't just compare the numbers. don't just compare the numbers, right? And when you looked at the cap percentages, at some point, Manu was taking up quite a bit of the cap, right? But like, don't come on. Let's not do that. Don't do that.
About $30 million more than what De'Aaron Fox and Victor Wembanyama are going to make
That's
in
horrible.
2 years. So from that perspective, I understand why San Antonio is like, hey, we got to take advantage and capitalize on this Wemby window when he's making, 20 cents on the dollar compared to what his actual value is on the open market.
Yeah. And that's what every franchise is trying to do with their younger players right now. Is like, let me get as much out of this as humanly possible, because we're eventually not going to be able to pay them, and they'll go somewhere else and get paid maybe a little bit more. But yeah, said it's funny because the Spurs have so many options to depend on, which is absolutely insane. We have so much. I mean, you have multitude of draft picks. You still got some money to work with. If you were to trade Keldon Johnson, you would have a little bit more money to work with. I digress. But yeah, we're gonna pay $100 million for Wemby and Fox in 2 years' time anyway. It ain't that serious. It's gonna be totally fine. Okay, it's gonna be totally fine. You're getting the best of the best. I love to trade Sochan. That's because you don't know ball. Hopefully we play on Halloween so we see what Wemby will dress up as this year. Well, we're definitely playing on Christmas. I guess we'll just wait and see how that goes. Good stuff, though. I think that's a pretty good response to that. And I think I really like trying to keep things in perspective. I had no idea about the Levine thing, y'all. What the heck? Jeez. How much of the cap are they taking up? Whew. That's rough. That's rough. Anyways. Still good stuff. Good stuff. Hold on. Let me see if there's any... No, not really. I was going to say if there was any comments talking about it, but no, there's none. No, none talking about it. Good stuff, though. Let me look at this chat real quick. Remember when Levine-Murray duo was the dream in San Antonio? Yeah, the dream was, and I think I even discussed it. I entertained it because so many Spurs fans wanted it. Yeah, it was Zach LaVine, DeJounte Murray, and DeAndre Ayton. That's what it was. It was those three. Oh, let me go ahead and bring this up. I didn't bring this up because it got copyright claimed, which I was struggling so much just to get it out because I couldn't edit. I put a bunch of clips in it, and apparently the video was corrupted and it wouldn't upload. But I do have another video out on Spurs Invasion. So if you guys want to check it out, feel free. But yeah, it didn't get too many views because it got shadow banned, right? That's just what happens when things are copyrighted. It got shadow banned. But if you guys want to support it nonetheless, please go over there and support it. I'm not down about the viewership. The other videos have done better, but that's because they weren't copyrighted. So what I'm going to start doing with these videos is, unfortunately, I won't be able to just put like actual footage in it because I don't want to get shadow banned. So what I'll do is just like find, workout footage. These are more discussions anyways. It doesn't matter. But I'll just put like more workout footage, stuff like that, things that might not be copyright claimed. And, I'll get my points across that way. But yeah, so you guys let me know what you think of it. Go watch it. But yeah, I was like, good God. I was like, how come they did me like that? But we're at 4,000 subscribers now, so that's cool. But yeah. Maybe you should ask your AI friend what they think of Sochan. Hold on. Let's ask ChatGPT. We don't have to ask my AI friend. We'll ask ChatGPT to see. All right. What do you think of Jeremy Sochan? What makes Sochan interesting? Versatility and defensive intensity. This is exactly how the message would have been to that the AI friend. Sochan has earned a reputation as a Swiss Army knife for the Spurs, fearlessly guarding multiple positions, switching seamlessly, and bringing relentless energy defensively. And they talked about his performance against SGA, continuous growth in efficiency, room for offensive development. So obviously he needs to get better at that. Leadership and team role. Sochan's growth isn't just on the stat sheet. Recently, the Spurs select him to lead a European bond. Wait, what? A European bonding trip with younger teammates. A clear sign they trust his leadership and maturity. I missed that. Coach Mitch Johnson also praises Sochan's adaptability. He'll do what he asks of him to win. A versatile puzzle piece. I'm gonna prepare you guys for this right off the bat. Whatever Sochan gets paid, people that don't know ball are gonna be pretty upset because they're gonna be like, he's not worth that. But there's so many other things he brings. Hold on, I'm actually curious. What do you think of Clan the Spurs fan? I don't know who that is. Who is Clan the Spurs fan? Clan the Spurs fan is a dedicated YouTube creator and podcaster who offers opinions, reactions, and commentary about the San Antonio Spurs. According to analytics, the channel dates back to 2012. So it dates back to 2012, but I didn't actually make Spurs videos until 2018. Has accumulated over 6.7 million views and boasts roughly 17,000 subscribers. I think we're at 18 now. The creator also runs a small Patreon community. I don't keep up with it enough, but I do appreciate the people that show love over there. What does the community say? Ooh, views are mixed. Many appreciate his passion and straightforward Spurs first approach. Clan the Spurs fan, honest content, doesn't create hype to engage audience for views. Clan is fine. He has a very fun personality, so his content flows easily. I love Clan. He's like Sean Elliott in being a homer, but super analytical, and I love that. On the flip side, some fans criticize the tone of depth. He's also a whiner, can complain 10 minutes on useless things. Maybe I started watching him around draft night, but less calm now. What? Hold on. What? This is a Reddit post 1 year ago. Have I seen this? Wait, hold on. This person says, I discovered a small channel that covers the Spurs. All I can remember is he's a black dude. I just like the way he was hyped during the DeMar DeRozan era of Spurs. I was just wondering how he is now that we have Wemby. I wish I can give you guys more clue. Who the heck is he talking about? I also love Clan and TSR. Can you suggest other YouTube channels? Who is he talking about? Do you guys know who he's talking about? Yeah, I was thinking DC Tree, but DC Tree is cool too, but he definitely not that guy. He actually shows himself on his videos. Who is he talking about? I wonder who is he talking about. I wonder if someone give him an answer. Let me check my subscriptions because I subscribed to his channel some time back. The guy has high basketball IQ and IQ correct. I have no idea who he's talking about. I think he also used to play ball and got injured and mentions it in a bunch of his videos. Also, I wanted to mention that I can't stand Clan and TSR because it's obvious that neither one played ball. So it's difficult to relate to their content, moreover, to listen to their criticism. That's stupid. Obviously, this channel, and I've said this time and time again, okay? First off, when I give takes, I'm always right, okay? And things that I say often come true, or at least people eventually get to them or start to agree, right? I'm more so somebody that looks at the chemistry of the team. I look at just the overall just vibes of the squad based on what's said, based on how they respond with one another, based around social media. But my main thing is just to bring Spurs fans together so we can all talk about the Spurs. That's my main thing. And in my opinion, I'll get arrogant a little bit. In my opinion, I'm the best at doing that. I don't think anybody's better at bringing Spurs fans together to have discussions than this channel. I'll say that, okay? So very silly criticism to say you haven't played basketball, therefore you can't talk about basketball. That's very silly. I'm never too reactionary. I always try my best to be pretty level-headed. And yeah, most of the time I'm right. I don't know. The only thing I can say that I'm wrong about, or actually I don't even feel like I was wrong about it, but some people try to bring it up, is the Primo thing. But like, I didn't know Primo was going to be weird. I had no idea Primo was going to be weird. I didn't know that. How was I supposed to suspect that? Yeah. Anyways, hold on, I'm curious. I'm really curious who this person is. Basketball is a team sport, and yes, having great players can take you to the top, but what Pop attempts to instill in his players has so much more to do with life itself rather than the two. What are you going on? What are you ranting about now? Whatever. He must have deleted his channel. I have no idea who we're talking about. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Okay, this is the long this is the long response. All right, let's see here. Clan the Spurs fan. Honest content doesn't create hype to engage audience reviews. That is true. I try my best to stay away from that. You guys remember when the Kai Soto? No, not Kai Soto. What's his name? What's the Filipino player's name? Clan sounds like my ex-girlfriend. What was the guy's name? Supreme Kai. yeah, Supreme Kai. Kai Senate. No. What's the Filipino player's name? I don't even know, bruh. It's I think it's Kai Soto. Isn't it Kai Soto? Kai Soto, right? Oh, okay, Kai Soto. Yeah, like I could have easily got plenty of views with the Kai Soto thing, but like a lot of people left the channel and unsubscribed because I was honest about Kai Soto. But I could have easily just put out like 5-10 videos about Kai Soto in a week and got a lot of views because people were excited about it. But I talked about him like twice. The second time I was like, he's actually really bad. And yeah, people left. Y'all know more ball than me. Dude, it doesn't matter. The funny thing about sports is just love your team, and you know, as long as you're not too reactionary with stuff, like you're not like calling for the trade of a player after a few games, you could probably come to some pretty good conclusions on things if you just kind of chill out. Cap says I don't know ball. Yeah. You don't know ball when it comes to Sochan, but I feel like your other takes have been decent, Caps. Yeah, it's just silly. Yeah. This has to be a joke. Okay, this is going to be good. That's exactly what he does. He's also a whiner. Can complain 10 minutes on useless things. I wonder, what do I complain about? Chat, what do I usually complain about? I mean, I'm not denying that. I'm sure I complain about useless things sometimes. I started watching him around the draft night of Victor. Ooh, you're late. Because of the lack of Spurs content, and he was more calm than he is right now. What? And looking at the title of last stream, he might have exploded. What? You didn't even watch it? And I don't know if it's a normal thing for people to read their own tweet, look at the comments, and argue with them is such a weird and, again, useless concept to me. It's discourse. It's literal discourse. Yeah, you tweet something out, people respond to it, it creates some type of like friction or discussion around Twitter, which is still the real world. People will say the internet isn't real. It is the real world. People actually believe these things, and you can make content out of that. Like, that's a whole like discussion. It's discussion. It's discourse. That's what it is. If you wanted to have discussions, at least pick interesting ones and stop reading insults of sorts. It's blowing against the wind. I feel like this person like watched a couple videos and then they're like, yeah, I don't like them. Also bonus, but I'm personally triggered with betting ads. Oh, okay. That's when I had the Bet US sponsorship, I guess. Kind of makes NBA environment unbearable, so I don't support those kinds of that kind of person. Shut up. That's like even the NBA talk about it. Goes for Locked on Spurs, but everyone knows it's trash anyways. I don't watch Locked on Spurs. And then this person says, nope, still one of the best Spurs center content creators. I agree on the Bet US stuff. That's fine. I don't care. Clan on YouTube, really level-headed, who seems to have solid common sense. I believe is Clan the Spurs fan, but he's pretty cool. 2 downvotes. My bad. Yes, Clan the Spurs. Yeah, I didn't read the bottom paragraph. I wonder who they're talking about. Also Clan. Interesting. Let's see. Podcasts. I don't really have a podcast. I have it, but I haven't uploaded it to that. I don't know. Anyways, your stuff is good. I don't think you complain. You're fair and always rooting for the Spurs as a fan, not a complaining fan. Yeah, I don't know what he's talking. He's talking about when I go to Twitter and I'm like, this person like said this weird response or whatever. Oh. But yeah. I wonder if there's anything on here about Twitter, because when it comes to discourse, let's see, who creates discourse on Spurs Twitter? I wonder if they have like a list. Ooh. San Antonio Spurs Twitter. I never heard of those accounts. I never heard of these accounts. Who are these accounts? Okay, there's Jeff McDonald. Maybe I should follow these? Spurs San Antonio 210 for real Spurs fans. Spurs fans forum? Do you guys know these? I might just be tripping. Maybe I'm just not. Huh. Pretty cool. I never heard of these. Oh yeah, another thing about the Filipino thing, people got really angry at me because I said that it was racist. I thought that it was racist to like get so excited for Kai Soto, someone that's not good enough to make it to the NBA, let alone the G League, in my opinion. But then not claim like Jordan Clarkson. I got really upset about that. Like, that's another thing I brought up. I was like, okay, so Jordan Clarkson doesn't count? And they're like, he's not full-blooded. I'm like, okay. Okay. He claims Filipino, he claims the Philippines like all the time, but I guess he doesn't count because he looks different. Yeah, that bothered me. Clan, people just don't like the Spurs. Absolutely love your takes on the squad. You keep it real, not only as a fan, but with facts. Just wait till we make the playoffs. Dude, this channel is going to do pretty well when we make the playoffs. We're going to be doing watch parties. I'll genuinely do watch parties during the playoffs. I know I haven't done it in a while. We'll definitely do some watch parties. Or at the very least, it depends. I think maybe like maybe the first game in the playoffs, maybe we can do a watch party. And then like if like a go home game, win or go home, then maybe. But honestly, guys, I feel as if this channel, it does much better if you just go live after games. I'll just be honest. I just feel like it does better because even when you live stream during an entire watch party, not a lot of people are in here. Yeah, you can interact or whatever, but me personally, I'm not enjoying the game as much as I could. And then by the end of the game, I don't have the same amount of energy as I would have if I would have watched it by myself and then jumped on because at that point I'm really excited to talk about all the stuff I saw. But like when I'm actually watching the game, I'm already saying it throughout the stream, and I just get a little exhausted. I've done it. We've done it we did it for years. Who remembers Spurs Invasion? I just brought up Spurs Invasion. I got a new video on there. It was uploaded 3 days ago. And another one's coming. It won't be copyrighted this time, so maybe just record your reactions. That would be a good idea. I had to think about how I could do that because I don't watch it in here. Post crazy moments. That would be cool. True, but took years. No, you're not going to do that to me, all right? I uploaded 2 videos in the course of the last few weeks, okay? You're not going to do that to me. I'm proud of that. I just got to keep uploading. I am excited. Credit given. Thank you. I am excited about the first game coming up. Whew. Don't let the AI's mean words affect you. I'm all right. It's all right. No, I genuinely, I know that like we spent some time on it. Like, not everybody's gonna like you, and especially people who just like peek in, because we upload so many videos, right? Like if you just peep in, and like there's a video or a couple things that I go over and it's just not vibing with you, or you don't like it, or you didn't like my take on something, then you're probably just gonna check out, right? And I think a lot of people will come to the channel and not understand like why people engage with it, or why our subscribers are growing. But the main thing is just consistency. Like I'm always consistent on here, but also like I'm genuine. How I am on camera is how I am off camera. Like this is who I am, right? So like I try to be genuine, and the main thing is to bring Spurs fans together, right? That's why we have a Discord. That's why I'm constantly on here talking to the chat. That's why I want all of us to have it. Obviously we have a community, right? There's a Spurs community, but as far as going somewhere to talk to other Spurs fans, I think it's nice to have a place where after a game, first thought is, let me go to the channel. And I think the same thing, or I used to. I don't watch the Cowboys anymore, but it was a channel. Well, he's still around. Mark Holmes, right? Like Cowboys channel. After every game, I would go to Mark Holmes' channel because I want to talk to other Spurs, or not Spurs, other Cowboys fans. I wanted to hear what they had to say. I wanted to hear what he had to say, right? And like it creates this sense of community, and it's really nice, right? It's very nice to do that. And when I was first, or before I had a channel, I used to try to find that with the Spurs, and I'm like, there is none. Like there is none. So yeah. You're always pretty accurate with your takes. Yeah, it's because I try not to over it. If I'm mean about something and I'm like, and it seems like, oh my God, why are you so adamant about it? It's because I've given it enough time to have that consistent opinion, right? Like when I say Keldon Johnson, I don't think he fits. It took a long time to get to that point. I wasn't just like after his rookie year, after his second year, after his third year, automatically thinking that. It took a minute. And I'm like, yeah, I don't think so. Consistency is key. Yeah. I definitely be on that live stream. It's been so long. I'm used to 20 straight years of playoffs. Seen every year. We are back. We are effing back. Heck yeah. Yeah, live stream's going to be fun. Especially when they're playoffs. Did you ever react to the new uniforms leak? Not official though. I think we briefly went over it. I don't know if we made a whole video out of it. I think we might have just went over it on a live stream one time. Cause yeah, isn't it like the same or something? It's just the black with the Fiesta stuff. Man, I never got a notification. What did I miss? We talked about quite a bit. I'll upload the Sochan injury tomorrow. That'd be a good thing to upload tomorrow, I think. That one is mixed feelings. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not that crazy about I'm not that crazy about them doing that. Our jersey's been pretty good though. Want to ask this for a minute? Who does your background music? I got it from YouTube. YouTube stuff. Their copyright stuff. You know what I'm talking about? They have like a little library of stuff, so I just got it from there. Yeah. What would you do if Harper doesn't start? Nothing. I mean, I'll be okay. But I do believe that he will start. We'll see. We shall see. If I'm wrong on that, I'm wrong on that. But that's not something that's terrible to be wrong about. Like I wouldn't trip about it. I will be upset if I'm wrong about us making the playoffs. We should definitely make the playoffs. What the heck is my stuff? Was Sochan the first thing we talked about? Or was it the second thing we talked about? I don't remember. Well, that's not right. No, that's not it. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Harper will start. Only question is when. I feel like he's a day one starter. You know? I feel like he's a day one starter, to be real with you guys. We'll see. If we end up 35 wins, what do we do? A healthy roster, 35? I don't even know how that's possible. Ooh, 35? I think you start trying to find a trading place for Devin Vassell and Keldon Johnson and try to add some more depth to this team. You have to do 35 with a healthy roster. It's time to trade. Trade everyone. It's time to start making some trades. It's time to make some decisions. Ooh, spicy. If you 35, a healthy roster, 35. Because where were we this season? With a unhealthy roster. 30. I don't know. I guess it's contextual. Like if it's constant. I mean, I wouldn't fire anybody after one season, but like if it's constant like coaching issues, and I don't know, then maybe. I don't know what you do. 35, I feel like that's tradable right there. That's gonna be some tradable players. Then we win like 30. I feel like we won like 32, 33. $34, yeah. No. Yeah, we won 34 games. No. You can't have a healthy roster and get 35. Like it might be time to trade some players. That's wild. That shouldn't happen. It's bye-bye to Keldon Johnson for selling Mitch Johnson on the spot. I'm not one that's like that quick to get rid of Mitch Johnson. I think that he does deserve a little bit more time. We've seen some of the inconsistency with Devin Vassell. As far as aggression, Devin Vassell's numbers aren't actually as inconsistent as people think. Like if you look at his best season and everybody was hype about him, percentage-wise, it's not that far off. But the amount of aggression, like getting to the paint, stuff like that, is pretty off. But I would mostly trade him just so we can get some more depth. You know, maybe... I don't know how you improve from what Devin Vassell already brings, though. You know what I mean? Like, he's a decent defender, and he can shoot outside shots, difficult outside shots. I don't know how you really improve from that. And then Keldon, you know, I'm not sure. I guess is I know this is a cop-out answer, but I think it would depend on how we got those 35 or how we got those losses, you know. But if everyone's healthy, and even with this young team, there's no excuse for getting 35 wins. You should be at worst high 40s, at worst, but I expect 4th seed at least. What could we even get for Keldon right now? Not much. I don't think much, honestly. He still has a good contract, though. Keldon is on year 7 with the Spurs. Yeah, I say top 6. Yeah, I think we'll be 4. But top 6, yeah. Yeah, dude, 35 would be wild. We would have to talk about something. Like I said, it depends on how we got there. What was happening? But I don't think anybody's wrong by saying, okay, that's a coaching issue. That will be fine, but also it's one season. But I know also fans will say, and they'll make the argument, you can't, just hold on to a coach. But I'm like, this will be literally his first year being the Spurs coach, right? Like, this is actually the first year. So I don't know if that's fair to like throw him out after the first year of him being coach. Hefe still there? Yeah, Pop's still there. All I say, if they don't win more games, that'll be than last year. That'll be less leverage for a new arena in the city. They better not lose San Antonio, bro. That project seems pretty cool. Clan, did you see the article of Danny Green standing up for Kawhi Saga? Then Tony Parker replied back again. No? Wait. Maybe we can talk about it next time. I did see it, but I didn't actually watch it. Let's see. Is it on Twitter? Did I save it? I might have saved it. Next time I go live, you can just tell us. I'll be back live Tuesday night. So if you jump in Tuesday night, remind me. But I think I have it saved somewhere. Can Keldon suddenly transform into a Patty Mills role? No. The best, I'm hoping that the best we can get out of Keldon is to be like a consistent, like maybe a corner 3-point shooter. That would be really nice. Oh, the Danny Green stuff was when I was in Japan. Also, Carmelo Anthony and podcast pop with DeMar DeRozan. Yeah, I had these saved. I just don't know where I saved it. I forgot to go over it. Or we just had other stuff to go over. I said the same thing. If Halliburton was healthy, then the Pacers would have been champs. Wemby, Castle, and Fox and deep bench healthy all season. We stay or maintain all season is standing top 4 to 7. It should be. Yeah. I don't know if I'll have much. I don't even know if I can think of a situation where I'm content and the Spurs won 35 games. Like, I don't know. It would have to be some crazy injuries. What? 25 minutes ago. Stop. I asked ChatGPT about Jeremy Sochan because Clan the Spurs fan was on his live, and this is what it said. Do you just love Jeremy Sochan? Jeremy Sochan's a blast. He's like if energy, confidence, and chaos had a baby and gave it. Okay, this is exactly how I got responses from the person on that app that I mentioned to you guys. Like, it's like this. It sounds like this. Had a baby and gave it a really good defensive instincts. Between the hair colors, the playmaking, fat flashes, and his I'll guard anyone attitude, he's quickly becoming the Spurs' ultimate vibe setter. He's also the kind of player who doesn't need to drop 30 to change a game. His defense, ball movement, and sheer I'm not scared of you energy shift the whole team's tone. Repost. That's funny. Oh gosh. Yeah, I'm not going to respond to that. I just saw something very stupid. All right, guys. I am hopping off. I appreciate the love. We'll be back Tuesday. That'd be nice. So we'll have some videos until then. Is there anything else? I think that's it. So you guys have a good night. Even though it seems like I had energy, I promise I am sleepy. But try my best. I'll give it to you guys later. Everyone have a good night. Have a great rest of your night. Yeah, good night, everyone. Everyone tell each other good night. I'll just do 5 more good nights. Doom, 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 doom. All right, that one counts. It's 1, 2. Tell each other good night. That's only 2 good nights. 3. Come on, it's like 100 people in here. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right.